Well, for us here in Canada, when we think about Cabot, we think about some of the top golf courses, not only in our country, but in the world. Now, Cabot has expanded to some locations all over the world, including at Cabot Citrus Farms. And Mark was recently at Cabot Citrus Farms, where he had a chance to catch up with Managing Director Daniel Knight.
Daniel, thanks so much for having us. Place is spectacular. The Cabot brand, I think Canadians get excited when they see Cabot. If they're listening or watching Golf Talk Canada, obviously they start with the golf. We want to get into what you're doing here, obviously, but let's start with the golf. The current golf offering is outstanding, but I know there's more coming as well. So let's start with what they would expect if they arrived on property, say, today.
Absolutely, Mark. Well, great to have you here. 3 courses available right now for golfers visiting us at Citrus Farms. 2 short format courses and an 18-hole course, really on the footprint of the old Worldwoods Golf Club that opened in the early 90s. The Karoo is an 18-hole course on the old Pine Barren site, designed by Kyle Franz, who had done really some amazing work, worked with us years ago at Cabot Links, shaping bunkers, and one of his first solo designs. It's a spectacular piece of property with great rolling sand, wide open fairways, central hazards, and really impressive greens. So a really special and unique 18-hole golf offering in Florida. And our 2 short format courses are the Squeeze, first tee right behind us, a 9-hole course, great to play on day of arrival, day of departure, sort of a terrific 1.5 to 2 hour match play golf experience. And the Wedge, which is an 11-hole par 3 course, lit up at night, music playing, great for families and bigger groups. Holes ranging between 75 to 115 yards. And of course, if that isn't enough golf, we've got the Tangerine, which is a 2-acre putting green, kind of modeled after the Himalayas in St. Andrews, as well as our driving range that has TrackMan range technology and is open well into the evening and tonight.
I think you did a wonderful balance of catering to people who are golf enthusiasts, golf crazy like myself, but did it in a way where it stays fun. It doesn't feel stuffy, it feels welcoming. And again, you've got, like, obviously you want to go play 18 holes of championship golf, you've got it, but you've got the Squeeze, the Wedge. You've done a real nice balance of fun, but still world class.
Well, I think that's always the intention, is you're always going to have golf enthusiasts and aficionados who want to travel to the world's best courses to play an 18-hole round. And in addition to Karoo, we'll have the Roost coming online. I actually have 8 holes grassed right now, ready for preview play this summer, which is on the old Rolling Oaks property, a co-design with Kyle Franz, Mike Nuzzo, who built the Squeeze and the Wedge here, and Rand Morissette as our golf architecture advisor. So 2 18-hole offerings that cater to the more traditional golfer and really are unique and complementary. But on top of that, catering to non-golfers, families, and really folks who are more pressed for time, whether they're living locally within drive-to distance or looking for more golf on day of arrival and departure. So meant to be something for everyone. It's something that caters to golf enthusiasts and beginners and families alike.
Now, in terms of real estate, we've seen the 4-bedroom cottage that is standing behind the first tee at the Squeeze. It's absolutely fantastic. The attention to detail is unbelievable. Mrs. Golf Talk Canada was loving all the little subtle features, all the things you guys did right. There was 2-bedroom offerings, and the nice thing about the real estate opportunities, it sounds to me like the majority of the ownership, at least through the first couple phases, have jumped into the rental program. So it's a wonderful rental opportunity if you're an owner, and if you're visiting the property, you've got a lot of opportunity to jump in and have a place to stay, do large groups, small groups, etc. Is there anything left in the first phase? What's coming in real estate?
Absolutely. Well, we've found it's such an attractive master plan and land plan. You sort of drive up the entry drive and have almost a mile up to our golf house of what we call the decompression ride, these great oak trees. Really our vision was building a walkable village grounded in golf with great non-golf amenities here as well. And the cottages, we've really trended more towards that in Cape Breton and have used that model of, rather than building a hotel here, having something that feels more walkable in scale, more residential in scale. And so our first phase of real estate is sold out, which we're thrilled with. Many owners who've bought at other Cabot properties, and guests will have the opportunity to stay on site in these 2 and 4 bedroom cottages in the very near future. Next phase of real estate will launch a little later this spring or early summer, really adding more cottages and starting to get into some larger homes that we're calling fairway homes. Bit more space, bit more conducive to maybe larger groups or families who are looking to spend longer periods of time out here. So really all within walking distance to golf, each of the first tees, walking distance to the clubhouse, food and beverage outlets, and health and wellness amenities that we'll have on site here as well.
One thing that caught my eye, being from Italian descent, loving going to Europe, loving the piazza kind of environment of a little city center in a town where there's a gathering point with restaurants and this and that. You're building a bit of that here. In future plans, how close are we to, for lack of a better term, a little city center for the community here that would represent a European village?
We're close, and it's a core part of the master plan and really vision for this place, which is we wanted to create a gathering place for golfers, for overnight guests and owners, and for members of the community. We're in Hernando County. The county's been incredibly supportive of the project and has allowed us to move as quickly as we've been able to move. And really, you think about the history of Worldwoods, a place that was beloved by so many people for close to 30 years, making sure that we had a great gathering place with, to your point, a marketplace, a general store, retail offerings, food and beverage offerings that are open to the public and the community is a core part of the vision here. So over the next few years, as we add more cottages, as we add our rackets, clay shooting, dining, fitness, and marketplace, you'll start to see more and more of that village marketplace feel come together.
All right, in closing, I know you have a ton of acreage here, and I know what we're talking about in my mind is, for lack of a better term, big vision phase one. So, which includes multiple phases of real estate, the village, additional 18-hole championship golf course, etc. What is vision down the road here? I mean, you could do multiple more golf courses. You could take this property in so many different directions. You care to tease the future for Golf Talk Canada with us?
I'll say you hit the nail on the head. It is continuing to expand really the core of the village here. So additional opportunities for real estate, additional resort amenities, and of course more golf. So plans for golf in the near future to be discussed in the very near term. Right now we're focused on the Roost and getting that open to the public, and couldn't be more excited to have folks experience that 18-hole course this summer.
Well, Daniel, I'll say it, the food has been tremendous. Your staff is incredible. They're fully engaged, invested, some of the friendliest, most knowledgeable staff that you bump into immediately arriving on property, from the food trucks to the formal dining. It's another home run. The golf, we all know you do that, 5-star. The whole thing's 5-star. So congratulations. Cabot's done it once again.
Thanks so much, Mark. Great to have you here, and couldn't be more excited to showcase what we've built here. And the team is incredibly excited to welcome guests and overnight guests now that we're open.